We normally think that we have to work very hard to succeed in this world. We need to succeed to be happy, but that's not right. We need to start being happy, and then you do the rest. Otherwise, nothing will ever make sense. So we are normally in this constant struggle, working very hard, trying to reach some place to hopefully be happy when we reach that. But that's not really what happens, right? So the first thing is we have this myth that says we need to work very hard in order to be outstanding and to be successful. Well, first thing, let me debunk that by saying that actually all these people that we admire so much because they did something that they had to work very much more than anyone else or something like that, they actually were so damn excited they didn't perceive it, that they didn't perceive it as hard work. This is a very important point. Think about it. So if you're super excited about doing what you have to do, it won't feel like hard work. You probably know someone who does something in an obsessive kind and they're happy and they're doing a lot of work you will never do. You will never be able to do that. But yet you see, wow, they're so happy about it and they just do it because the work on itself is satisfactory. So it gives like a feedback energy loop and you're fine and you can go on for longer than anyone else. So the trick is not to work harder, but to be happy while you work. I know this sounds a bit redundant, but as you probably know, it's harder than it seems because many of us most people work for money and they don't like their work. They wouldn't be doing what they're doing if it wasn't because they're paying them to do so. So that's work. That's not nice. It's kind of like a modern slavery. And we may tend to think, oh, that's just what you have to do, and we just complain about it. But think about twice. Think about what you really want in the sense of the reason why you do everything. And many times you will find yourself that you're just following a sense that you just have to be the best for finally your parents to love you, for people to respect you. We are actually, in the end, we just want people to love ourselves because we don't love ourselves. So we try to get to this point of success in society where you have more money than anyone else and you accomplish in your profession or the thing you are interested in. And you're the best of the best of the best. And suddenly people will say, wow, you're the best. And you finally feel like, yes, I am the best. Well, that's not going to work. That's why working hard by itself, it just means that you're doing more than you want to do. That's why you feel depleted. Because if you were super excited about it, you may be doing a lot of work, but you don't feel you're working hard. You're very excited about it. So if you have an incredible amount of energy, you will just go on and on and on and on. So that's not working hard. That's doing a lot. And if you check on very successful people, you will notice that actually they talk a lot about simplifying their lives. It's not that they were trying to accomplish a lot of things, keep everybody happy and to make a lot of money and to be good at what they were doing and were interested. And at the same time, no, they weren't thinking of that. They were thinking of normally one thing. They just had one goal in their mind and the rest didn't matter. So that's something typical from people who achieve something special in this world. By special, I mean something unusual, which it doesn't mean better, actually. Just a simple tips. The first thing is like you have to be asking yourself all the time, what do you actually want to do? Just checking on the energy, the excitement energy you have to do something. Because if you don't have much of energy, of excitement, then no discipline in this world is going to work. You may have seen a lot of people who push themselves very hard just because discipline is the best. And you have these other people who say, no, you need to be hyper motivated. So I just do whatever I feel like when I want to. So none of them are happy. The person who is just looking for motivation, they change their mind after 1 week. And the person who is over disciplined, they just work very hard for longer than they should, with something they don't want, but they just repress themselves to the point that they can just do it for a long time. So in either case, everybody's not happy. So what's the solution? The solution is that you have to have very clear, very, very clear specific things you want to do and simplify. Whenever you get into a lot of stuff, simplify. Because you may think, oh, I want to be the best on what I'm doing. I want to be a successful person. So everybody, well, that's not really what you want. What you want is the fun of it. The sensation of fulfillment, that everything is perfect right now and you don't need to struggle because everything is just fine. We tend to think there is something wrong with ourselves and we want to compensate for that. And the way we get us in this vicious circle is we think that we need to accomplish something in the world and then I will feel again this kind of peace with who I am and what I'm doing. But that's not going to work. So I say this because first step to not to work too hard in this life is to be very good at understanding what your goal really is. And your goal is the same one as mine and the same one as anyone. Being happy now, period. We've been told many other things, and most people will still carry things that probably our parents or society said with the best of intentions. Like, you need to be a respectable member of society before being happy. You need to have this, that, and have a family or be a good spouse. I don't know. Whatever it is wrong. It's wrong. And the sooner we get to realize this, you will realize that also most of the hard work we're doing is close to pointless. That is why it's hard, because we don't want to do it. And something in us knows. So I'm not saying, on the other hand, be a instant gratification monkey, like you're all the time, oh, I want to eat a lot of ice cream. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a very simplified, deep, profound life kind of decision about what you really want, what you really want to accomplish. And by this, I don't mean that you have to accomplish to be happy. I mean that you're excited about doing it. You're excited about writing songs, have a YouTube channel, or I don't know, whatever your profession or your interests are. You want to do that, but you just want to be checking that in every single step, in every day, you're content, you're happy that you're doing your step towards that. And that will keep it very simple. And then you won't feel that you're working hard. And then here comes the last and most meaningful thing I want to say, which is how you do that. Because you probably heard many of this stuff before, but how do you really integrate in your life? Well, you have to put your mind in order. Put your mind in order doesn't mean that you have to believe anything special. It means that you have to declutter your mental activity. You have to learn to calm and be. Just pay attention to simple things that are around you. And whenever your mind comes to distract you, let that go. It's just a thought. And chances are that you watching this video up to this point are like anyone else, like your mind just go crazy all the time. It's considered normal, but I will tell you that's suffering, and that's crazy. The way our mind is behaving all the time is completely out of control. And that's why we're working hard. It's worth it. It's worth it to simplify your life. Know one thing is really important and going for that and leave the rest aside. It's not important. So unify your mind around this moment, around being alive here and now. And it becomes the spontaneous intention to do something, just do it, but do just one thing. Don't do many other things. Don't second guess yourself, doubting everything you do, scattering your attention and your energy in 1,000 million things.